Hello, welcome to another episode of Wisdomization. To wisdomize is to put wisdom into, to elevate our minds, our consciousness, our judgment level, our intellect, our logic, our consciousness beyond the three-dimensional cognition. And what I mean by the three-dimensional cognition is the level of awareness that each incarnate soul is exposed to, especially relative to the material plane, right? Many souls are trapped within the low density thinking or cognition. Cognition is comprehension or awareness. Your level of awareness is trapped within the mainstream system, within the dense vibration, within the dense fallen vibratory system. Remember, this planet Earth we live in is a fallen realm, is a low vibration. Why is it a low vibration? Because whoever the creator of this material world is fashioned the world by utilizing something called astral light, right? They utilized or primordial matters. If you study ancient doctrine, you're going to see that many people, many philosophers, many teachers in the ancient world told you about the primordial matter that existed prior to creation. Some people call it the universal ocean. Some people call it the primordial ocean, the astral light. It was through this invisible, self-conscious, uncreated, eternal light that this physical, dense material realm was created. So the world, the physical world, as you know, is a slow down vibration. So when this invisible astral light condenses or slows down, that is when you have something called matter. Physical matter is a condensed photon of light, right? But in essence, in reality, there is no physicality. Physicality is an illusion. What you think you see in the world is an illusion, is an optical or ocular illusion. They do not exist because everything is in a constant vibration. Nothing is steady. Even if you're touching something you think is concrete, it's not actually concrete. Though that tells you the level of deception that the soul has fallen into once you come here. Because the reason many people are trapped, consciousness is trapped within the low density, mainstream, three-dimensional cognition is because their attention has been drawn to this specific point in matter. And by so doing, what happens is that this other multi-dimensionality aspect of our soul is neglected. And we are focusing on the 3D system. The 3D system is just a very minute, insignificant version of the entirety of existence, right? There are visible manifestation and there are invisible manifestation, and our physical body is within the visible realm, but our soul transcends the visible realm. So if your knowledge is only based on the programming of the visible manifestation, it means that you are neglecting your soul's evolution. Your soul has to transcend the physicality of matter and to be able to evolve to this other multi-dimensional reality, right? This is the lowest. This is the worst place to be. This place you consider to be beautiful, right, is a low vibration, is a fallen realm. So why I say to elevate your consciousness beyond the three-dimensional cognition is for you to recognize these other aspects of your soul, your consciousness, your awareness. Open your awareness to the how will I say it? The higher aspect of you. There are higher aspects of you, there are lower aspects of you. Your body, all the things you chase within this world deals with your body. I can say that majority of the things you pursue, quote unquote, your career, money, they are three-dimensional programming of the matrix and cannot elevate your soul for a higher knowledge or to transcend to a higher dimension. So when you are born here on this planet, every human would like to think that we are free. We are born free. We are free to chase our dreams. We are free to, and we are the captains of our own ships until you understand the esoteric history of man. And the moment you begin to perceive and realize these other aspects of the history of man, you are going to be shocked as to the level of deception here, as to the level of lies here. And these lies are intentionally engineered. The people are being engineered to embrace these lies as to the origin of man, right? These lies are promoted in religion, right? The history of man as being created by God in the Garden of Eden, as taught by so many other religious systems, are not what happened. We have been lied to, and majority of the people have bought into the lies, right? So also with the history of science. What science promotes in major academic institutions as to the origin of man is nothing but a controlled program running as software to brainwash the people. When I say people, I'm talking of souled people, so that souls do not understand their multidimensional origin. That is it. Because everybody is not everybody. Everybody is not everybody. And everything we have been taught, everything we think we know is an illusion, is a lie, is a calculated deception meant to deceive and trick souls. If you live in the Western world, for example, what you may call the first world advanced societies, technologically advanced societies, and you hear the word totalitarianism, you hear the word dictatorship, what comes to your mind? You will think that the systems of totalitarianism, whether it is political totalitarianism, whether it is economic totalitarianism, is only applicable to the third world system, to the underdeveloped world. That's why you hear them saying third world dictatorship. If you understand the true history of man, you will understand that the entirety of this planet is a prison system, and we are all under a totalitarian system, totalitarian regime controlled by forces that our eyes cannot perceive, that we have no idea of. As I say, there are two kinds of people here, the organic ones and the inorganic ones. And the inorganic ones are also called the soulless ones. Remember, everybody is not everybody. We've been lied to. They have lied to us. Everybody is not everybody. Not everyone who talks, who speaks, who walks the street around with you, who is in position of power, about 1/3 of humanity. That is intelligent scholarly estimate. About 1/3 of humanity are organic portals, are soulless, do not possess soul. These are psychopaths. These are sociopaths. These are organic conduits or organic portals. Portal is a doorway through which interdimensional astral plane, I'm talking of high metaphysics, what we may call the demonic realm, manifests their agenda on the realm of souled human. The reason for their existence is to distract souled human. So when you see wars, when you see this confusion, economic collapses going on, they are these inorganic ones, these organic portals, these soulless portals are carrying out the agendas of their dark master, the dark sun. Most of the elite, I'm talking of, when I say elite, I'm talking of people that you may not even know exist. People you don't know, but they are the ones who run things because they are in the occult. They worship the dark sun. The dark sun is Saturn. All the elites, those who control international banking, those who control money, all different countries, national bank, central bank, those who control world events, who manipulate world events, are often in the darker side of existence. You are not the same with them. They look human, but they do not possess souls. They do not possess souls. They are different, right? And that is why humanity is confused. Humanity is confused because what also you don't know is that there are multiple creations. There are multiple creations by different extraterrestrials, right? Or interdimensional beings. That is what they're not going to teach you ever in religion or in schools and so-called sciences. Because when they teach you, you know the truth. And the truth is liberating, and they don't want you to be liberated. They want you to be in endless, perpetual slavery. They want your soul to be recycled within this physical, material world forever and ever because you provide food to them. They told you this, pop and play. They told you this when they did the movie, The Matrix. You say you are a battery. You are battery to some forces you don't know. Some things are feeding off of your energy. If you understand that the soul is emitting some light frequencies. So these are what they feed off of, right? These are what they feed off of. So today I am going to talk about how some of the ways that these elites who worship the dark sun is Saturn, the planet Saturn. When I say the planet Saturn, we go beyond material thinking of certain entities, non-human entities, right? I'm talking of what you consider to be the planet Saturn is an interdimensional gateway, is a relay station to other nasty non-humans that live in the star constellation or the star system called Orion. That is their relay station, just as the moon you see. You've been told that God created the moon and blah, 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 blah. They're lying to you. The moon is artificial. The moon is artificial, and there are things that live in the moon. That's why the moon controls the earth. Do you know that? The moon controls the earth. The moon regulates the earth. It's there to monitor because there are things there that are monitoring the earth. And the planet Saturn is their relay station, and these things came from Orion system. They are the controller of man here on this earth. And these elites I'm talking about are worshiping these things. They're worshiping them, and they subject the entire planet to their control. Brace yourself for what is to come very soon. In a few years, they're talking of the cybernetization, the digitalization of man, of the entire physical reality. Already, you don't know, but this plane of existence, this planet is a quarantine realm. We are in a quarantine. Every soul, every human you see here is under a quarantine. And there are spiritual dome. You don't see it because these are invisible frequency that goes beyond the vibration of your physical perception. You don't see this. I'm talking of high metaphysical reality. There are invisible dome that keeps soul from escaping this physical dimension, right? So they've been working on perpetually keeping souls here forever and ever and ever and recycle people on a continuum of reincarnation in the wheel of time so that you cannot escape the Ouroboros, the Leviathan, the serpent of the sea that serpent, that demonic force that becomes the barrier for your soul to, you cannot escape them unless you start understanding reality, understanding that what they told you is not true, right? So as we move to the future, they are designing a new world, and this new world is the world of Luciferianism. Many people will say, well, no, these are just scientists building a better world. You know, they're just scientists using advanced technology to, I'm not, of course, there are legitimate technology, but what I'm talking about is certain technological invention that is non-human. Many people don't know that these elites are having interaction and contact with non-human entities, and these non-human entities in different underground bases around the world, particularly military-controlled underground bases, are contacting alien, non-human, interdimensional, reptilian, serpent humanoids who are giving them this technology as a means to control humanity for the pleasure of these non-human entities. Fact. That is what is going on. That is what they are not telling you. And nobody will tell you that because they want you to be stuck in religion. They want you to be stuck watching football. All this distraction, all these things will not give you the accurate information as to the true knowledge and the true history of man. So I'm going to dwell more on the psychotronic weapon. The psychotronic weapon, psycho, the mind, tronics, electronics. That is this digitalization of the bio-digital nature of man. They are digitalizing you because these people understand electromagnetic field frequency. They understand microwave. They understand frequency band. They understand that the human being, what you consider the human person, our brain system is a computer system linked universally to multiple dimensions. They get it. The masses don't get it. And they are designing technology to synchronize the brain of people in the futuristic cybernetic reality they are creating, artificial reality. The world of tomorrow is going to be an artificial simulated reality. It is going to be a digitalized fake reality. And that is why the humans they are preparing for tomorrow are going to be soulless. Like them, these beings are soulless. These beings are mechanical. These entities are not humans. And those they put here on this earth to run the show for them lack souls. So, because they cannot go to these other higher dimensions, they want you to be trapped here so that they feed off of your energy. Some of these REM controllers are fourth density beings. Fourth density beings are demonic REM within the fourth density. We live in the three-dimensional reality, but there are fourth density, there are fifth density, sixth density, and other higher densities, right? So any evil being or creature in the universe, in the cosmos, that are evil, that are serving the self, that are selfish, that are demonic, cannot, by the order of the prime creator, they cannot transcend the fourth density level of existence, but your soul can bypass them in the fourth density and go to the higher density. And they are jealous of you. And that's why you hear that Iblis, or the fallen angel, is jealous of man because you have something they lack. You can transcend them in the fourth density. And that's why they make sure that you're so distracted, you're so traumatized within this physical realm that you lose your GPS. You lose true knowledge as to how to return back to your original home, right? Because these are fourth density service to self. We have two polarities. the angelic realm, the higher eon, and then the lower demonic eon. And it is the lower demonic eon that controls this physicalized material world. There are hierarchies of archons. There are hierarchies of existence that govern this plane. And your quote unquote technologies. Remember, we are supposed to have spiritual technologies. So if we are in our true angelic form, we don't need a gadget called telephone to communicate, but we've fallen, right? We've fallen. So we can communicate telepathically, right? But they are giving us this, designing this future technology in the age they call the age of transhumanism. Remember, people don't get it because when you talk to scholars and to so-called professors, they say, oh, transhumanism, they just think about it as if it is the technological age that will benefit humanity. No, this is Luciferian designing age. We are stepping into the great age of Satan for those who understand astrological base, right? Astrology. The great age of Satan, and that's why they are synchronizing humanity. If you understand your court and if you watch social media, you know they are synchronizing people's intellect on a universal, as a universal singular consciousness, as a universal singular mind. They're synchronizing your mind. You don't understand it yet. You don't know that before you realize it, you are already cybernetically programmed, and your brain, your consciousness has already been forever hooked to the great demiurge, right? To what he called the universal mind. As I decoded my previous, one of my previous videos, I said the universal mind, or what philosophers call the monad, is the fallen realm, is the mind of the fallen angel, the leader of the fallen angel. That is what many philosophers decoded and interpreted as the universal mind or as the monad. It is in the mind of the monad that they are gradually programming humanity to be linked in the future to come. The future is already here. This technology is already here, but they are waiting for the proper time. They're waiting for order from their masters who exist in the realms of the dark sun before they finally implement this order, right? For the entrapment of humanity here on this planet. And we know that through what we call alchemy. Alchemy is an occult terminology. Through a chemical process, down through the ages, when you look at many societies of the ancient time, of course, I'm talking of advanced societies, there has been this transhumanistic agenda going on thousands of years. So what I'm talking about is not a new modern technology. It's not a modern idea. It's an ancient idea that has been running on this planet perpetually. As far as man has existed on this planet, there has always been secret society. Remember, these secret societies are also directed from the top by non-humans, right? By non-humans. So humans are only pawns. What you call humans, particularly the organic, inorganic ones, the artificial ones, the soulless ones, they are only pawns. Most of the people you think they're powerful in the world, the presidents, even though most of these people might be in certain secret societies, they are also pawns working for interdimensional, hyperdimensional, non-human existence or consciousness or minds, right? So we see that the talk about transhumanism, transgenderism is beginning to be very popular in the media cycle. Transhumanism, transgenderism, all these concepts of trans are method of creating a soulless human cybernetic machine in the future, because they want to destroy the polarity, what we call the trying to, what do you call this, male and female principle in the in the universe. The principle of gender. The principle of gender is one of the universal cosmic, as far as you exist within this plane. I know when you transcend this material plane, it might be a different type of existence, but as far as you here within this physical plane, you are susceptible to the principle of genderism, the principle of gender, male or female. Atom has positive charge, negative charge. Everything within this manifestation is male and female, but they're eventually trying to neutralize it. They're going to neutralize it and create genderless human in the future, human that is just human. And the reason they do that is also because they are looking forward in the future, what you call marriage, copulation, man and man marrying, living together is going to be neutralized. So what you're going to see is that humans will be produced in a machine. Humans are going to be produced like an industrial machine with singular consciousness, with singular mind, with one mind hooked up to the mind of the monad, the mind of the demiurge, or the mind of the fallen realm. There's a battle going on that you don't see. There's a battle in the astral realm, in the other dimensions that are gradually being manifested in the physical plane. You don't see that because they don't teach occult science in schools or in churches. So many pastors are ignorant of these other dimensions of existence that exist. Many people are ignorant of them. They only know what they call the exoteric. And as I say, the exoteric is for foolish people. What they teach you in the church is for foolish people, like children, like fairy tale. Example I gave is the story of Samson and Delilah. People take it literal, but if you understand it, you know that they are talking of astral event. By astral, I mean the star. They are talking of astrological event, astrotheology. Samson is Shamash in Hebrew. Shamash is what? The sun. So when they talk about Samson, people is not a person. There was no one lived called Samson. Is the sun. Delilah is the ancient name for the planet Venus. So they are talking of the astrological interaction between the sun and Venus during the time of August, right? That is what they are talking about. And that is esotericism. And that's why they don't want you to know the truth, because when you know the truth, your consciousness will change. And because you are trapped within the three-dimensional system and the three-dimensional teaching, your soul cannot evolve beyond matter. But your soul is supposed to transcend matter. This system is run by the demiurge. The demiurge is evil one, the fallen one, fallen angel, and his minions and hierarchies. Most of these things are what you guys call angels. And most of you think that some of these things you call angel are actually angels of light. No, like seraphim. Seraphim means blazing serpent. Seraphim is one of the fallen one. The blazing serpent, the luminous ones, is one of the great old ones. It's in the negative, right? So our topic today is on psychotronic weapons systems being developed by the elite, by the Luciferian elite. I'm going to show a few books, anyone who is interested in research. This book is called Eye of the Remote, Black Operation in Areas Beyond 52. Area 52 by Solaris Blue Raven. This woman experienced herself psychotronic mind control of this elite system I'm talking about. Get this book again. It's called The Mind Wars. Mind Wars by Mary Jones and Larry Flaxman. Mind Wars, a history of mind control, surveillance, and social engineering by the government, media, and secret societies. You need to understand this world to know how the world is run. Because if you don't, your soul will be lost. This physical material realm is the realm of darkness. Realm of darkness in the sense that when a soul incarnates here, it forgets, loses the memory of its true nature, of its true origin. And your attention is focused on matter and false knowledge so that you cannot escape them. And I'm saying them, the fallen ones, the great old ones, the evil ones, the masters of this plane. This physical plane is the realm of the fallen ones. You fell into the realm of the enemy. The enemy is the fallen one. The demiurge governs this material plane. So, few of this book again, Mind Control, Oswald and JFK. And I'm going to talk about this briefly. This is very good book by Ken Thomas and Lincoln Lawrence. Lincoln Lawrence is the one who wrote Were We Controlled? That book is what every researcher also needs to study, right? Good information from whistleblowers. Read this book again, Big Brothers. Big Brothers, Big Brother, the Orwellian nightmare come true. The age we are about to enter, the age of universal psychotronic artificial control of humans is here. They call it singularity, and they are pushing for it. When you go to the space of social media, you see that people are, their consciousness, their minds are already working with the machine. They don't know that. Don't know that. The reason that when you take your cell phone away from you, many people will have anxiety. Many people cannot be without their phone for an hour. They create anxiety. There's a reason to that because there is a bio-digital symbiosis between your body, between your biological nature and these systems. And these systems are using wave frequency you don't see to control your mind. That is the future they are designing. That's the future they're designing. And this future is not, is a dark one. Read this book, Transformation of America. Transformation of America, the true life story of CIA mind control slave by Kathy O'Brien. Kathy O'Brien was a woman who was subjected to this satanic, Luciferian, diabolical mind control by this group of Satanists who eat people's souls. They eat people's souls, literally. I'm not talking metaphorically, folks. These people eat people's souls. And they create these rituals and torture of people, right? So that people will become food to their dark masters who reside in the sphere of the planet Saturn, the Dark Lord. These people are worshiping the dark sun. Remember what you see as the planet Saturn used to be our sun. That's why all over the world there are solar symbolism, worship of the sun. Even in ancient Egypt, you see the worship of the sun was very popular. Many ancient societies worship the sun. And if you see their drawings and their remembrance of what the sun used to be, you see that what they drew, what they depicted as the sun in those days was the planet Saturn, because there was battle of the god, astrological events that eventually removed the planet Saturn. Remember, the planet Saturn is the evil one, is the controller, is the master of time. And I'm not talking of just planet as in the space body, because there are things there beyond human comprehension, and these are fallen angels, right? There was a battle in the space before this, our sun you have right now drove away the planet Saturn to its current location. Many ancient people describe this battle as the battle of the gods in the heavens, right? So that's not our topic today. So again, this book, Mental Liberation. These are people who had gone through these torturous experiences by the mind control of the Luciferians. Mental liberation in the age of thought control. Thought control. Very soon you will be zombie. People are already being zombified. The zombification process of humanity is in place right now. A lot of people you see in the world are under the zombification process. Their mind is hacked. I'm talking of futuristic technology given to these elites by extraterrestrial. I'm not talking of, it looks strange to people that many people you see are empty shells. They are empty shells. Many celebrities, many world leaders you see are empty shells. They are under thought control of advanced futuristic technology. Technology that looks like 600 years to the future. You don't know about it. The rich secret societies are in charge of this. They're controlling people for all kinds of things. They're initiating events going on the planet. So this book is very good. It's written by Keith Baker. It's called Mental Liberation in the Age of Thought Control. He said, Deprogramming Satanic Ritual Abuse, MK Ultra, Monarch, and Illuminati Mind Control. Very important book. Again, some declassified information. This is called Project MK Ultra. Remember, MK Ultra is the US government, not just US government, because this is a global thing, is method invented where they control people's minds using all kinds of advanced technology that works with frequencies, the microwave system that you don't see, and they control you. They control you. As I said, today they have technology where people are hearing radio stuck in their head. Radio stuck in your head. You're sleeping and radio is talking in your head. Could you imagine the level of trauma people go through, how they torture them using this black satellite? Black satellite controlled by the Luciferian, Orion, Saturn-driven evil system, right? This book, again, is very important. Psychic dictatorship. These are what is going on now and what is to come. Psychic dictatorship by Alex Constantine. Beyond Boundaries. This book is Beyond Boundaries, how they are preparing you to digitalize your mind, your brain, through neuroprosthetic, through bioprosthetics in the future. Beyond Boundaries, the new neuroscience of connecting brains with machine and how it will change our lives by Miguel Nicolis. Miguel Nicolis. This book was written by a military intelligentsia who was also a Satanist, a self-declared Satanist, because most of you don't know that many people who run the government are allegiance to the dark sun. They follow the ways of the dark sun, for people who understand the occult, of the dark evil one, the dark sun. This guy wrote this book, Mind Wars. Talks about mind control, how you control people, how you control the world. And these are advanced techniques used by occult people who follow the dark energy, the dark sun. His name is Dr. Michael A. Aquino. He was a psychological operations specialist in the U.S. Army. When these people talk, you listen to what they are saying because they're telling the people the truth. But the people are so focused on entertainment, on social events and stuff like that, but they are already telling you. They cannot do anything without having to tell you. They cannot do anything without telling you what they're about to do. But oftentimes people cannot decode them. Most movies you see where they tell you what is going to happen. Sometimes in 20 years' time, if they're going to engineer some, say, virus, for example, they put it in a movie today. You know, people who understand. Before, well, let me not get distracted. So another book is Transcendence. Transcendence, the Disinformation Encyclopedia of Transhumanism and the Singularity by R.U. Sirius and J. Connell. Transcendence. Transcendence means transhuman. What does transhuman mean? they're already creating a system to transcend your humanity. Some people say post-human. They're preparing the world for post-human, a world where what you know as humanity is no longer there. What you know as a human being is no longer there because it's going to be a wired, biosynthetic, artificial organism, cybernetic organism. Somebody whose neuronal abilities are full of digital equipment, right? Digital equipment linked through electromagnetic waves, through microwaves, to the mind of one system. This is what they call mental or cognitive singularity. They're going to link all minds of human into one central hive mind system. It's coming. Read this book as well. It's called As Man Becomes Machine, The Next Step in Evolution by David Ravik. Small book, but is full of what they are designing, right? This book, The World Order, Our Secret Rulers, a study in the hegemony of parasitism. Parasites. We are being ruled by parasites, secret societies. They control everything you know, including the United States government, right? The US government, many governments around the world. I'm talking of the advanced government. I'm not talking of like a primitive, unevolved. Even those ones are still under control by these invisible people. So this book as well is good. Virtual Government, CIA Mind Control Operatives in America. Virtual mind control. And when they say America, of course, they're talking about the world because the CIA is all over the world controlling the people. So the point, in order not to prolong this episode longer than it's supposed to be, the point I'm trying to make is that they have been experimenting on people for a very long time. They're prepositioning the world for what is to come, the age of transhumanism. And that transhumanism is what most of them are calling digital immortality. They want to make you to live digitally forever, which means your virtual self, yourself will be like a virtual reality. You will exist and live on this planet immortally, right? You will not die because you are now part of the system. You're now part of the machine. Remember, the machine is the mind of the demiurge, the mind of the fallen angel. When they say machine, don't just think it as just machine. I'm thinking of the mind of Lucifer, because the machine system is the mind of Lucifer. It's a manifestation of the physicality, the physical manifestation of the mind of the fallen angel, right? And this does not mean there are some technologies that are good, but I'm talking of the technologies of these dark people who worship the dark sun. These are not good, right? The same way that the serpent came in the Garden of Eden and supposedly told Eve, if you eat of this fruit, you will live forever. It is the same thing that is, in fact, that prophecy is for our time. If you just allow yourself to be taken over by the machine system, you will live forever. No, this is a deception, and humanity should not fall for it. Humanity should not fall for it. Many people around the world are already being controlled by this technology. For example, there's a technology, futuristic, science fiction type. I say science fiction because science fiction is science fact. It looks like science fiction because people are not aware of it, and there's a future technology called radio hypnotic intercerebral control system. Radio hypnotic intercerebral control device. Again, using microwave system, using electromagnetism to control people and to thought control you. Is already here. Don't tell me it's not. It's already here. It's already here very soon. When they reach that singularity, moment, they will manifest it on everybody, and everybody will be in that hive mind system. And that is why people have to resist these people. People have to resist. There's another technology they call EDOM, electronic dissolution of memory. They can wipe your entire memory from your child who don't remember a thing. Wipe your memory. Erase your memory using advanced futuristic technology, right? Is already in existence. This guy who assassinated President J.F. Kennedy, his name is Lee Harvey Oswald. Lee Harvey Oswald. Many researchers know that he was under this mind control. There's evidence that he was in Russia. He was in Russia in the early days and went through surgery. I think he has some medical issues in his mouth, and he went through surgeries. And guess what? The Russian intelligence agencies must have inserted in his mind, on his brain, an electrode or a chip in his mind. So they were remote controlling him. They were remote controlling him to carry out that assassination. Many researchers have documented extensively evidence of this covert, dark, secret Luciferian technology they're using. The brother to J.F. Kennedy is Robert Kennedy. He too was assassinated by who? Sirhan Sirhan. Sirhan Sirhan, in all interview he has done, said he does not remember what happened. They used EDOM on him, electronic dissolution of memory. Of course, we know he did it because he was in the open. He just killed this guy, Robert Kennedy, in the open. But he said he does not remember it because he was under pre-hypnotic, post-hypnotic, advanced technological manipulation, right? Advanced technological manipulation. Many other researchers are establishing that most people you see as mass shooters who go and pick up guns and go and kill a lot of people are again under the command of this advanced technology. Somebody will be in their room and putting ideas in your head, right? It looks like a fairy tale, but this is not a fairy tale. This is the future that has come to stay. This is the future that humanity is stepping into while we are busy watching football, getting distracted. The elites who understand your soul origin already know what they want, where they want you to be. And the prize is you, because you are the souled being. And the entities who live in this phase of the planet Saturn or the Orions are using these people because these interdimensional, extra-dimensional cannot be in a physical reality for long. So what do? They use these organic portals to rule the world and to control man. Why do they have to control man? Because man, if you're soul being, you carry the imprint of soul and the feed off of your soul. Your soul is a food to some advanced beings. Nobody has taught you this. Some advanced hyperdimensional beings are eating your soul as food. That is why you have to live in the system they create forever, right? Because when you escape them, they cannot feed. They cannot feed. So the true knowledge of history lies in metaphysics. It lies in the esoteric. The one they teach at school are often not true because the school system will not tell you the truth. Anyone who is a professor, you try to tell people the truth, you'll be fired the next day. You'll be fired the next day, and they will make fun of you in the media. They will make you appear like you're stupid because these people run everything in this physical dimension. So the point I'm making is that as we move forward to future, people should be aware that there is a world they are preparing for everyone, and this world is the world of Lucifer, is the world of synthetic machines, is the world of cybernetic artificial entities is the world where people will no longer be people. Humans will no longer be humans. Humans will be partly machine and partly biological. It's here already. Watch out, in a few years to come, you are going to realize that medicine, what you call medical science, is going to go from curative, from preventive to augmentative, to augmentative. So instead of preventing, instead of healing, they will implant digital equipment in you, right? They will implant synthetic cells, synthetic artificial DNAs, synthetic blood, synthetic hearts inside you. This guy talked about it. What's his name? Who wrote A Brave New World? Aldous Huxley. Why do we have to take these people serious? Who write this kind of book? Because Aldous Huxley was also in the secret society. I think he was part of the Lunar Society. And these are the people who cook for the world, who prepare the program for the world, and get the world ready for the next time. These are the people who plan events in the world. And when they write this kind of thing, sometimes it comes as a fiction. Don't understand it as a fiction. Get a book called A Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. He told you what is going to happen. What you consider marriage is going to be obsolete. Children are going to be produced in industrial machine. It's already beginning to be happening because they use something called in psychology in vivo desensitization. So sometimes they say, oh, we've seen somebody who is blind and we use this technology and the person can see, and people will buy into it. You see somebody who is barren and then I cannot have a child, and then they produce a baby for the person in the machine and they're happy. That's how they condition your mind gradually to prepare mankind for what is going to come. It's called in vivo desensitization. It's a psychological method of pre-positioning and conditioning people's minds and intellect to accept what is to come by gradual exposition. The elites are using it all over the media. If you're the one who like to get your information on the media, run away from that channel. Most can say that all mainstream information, media informations are controlled by these people. They're controlled by these people, the Luciferians. They are way advanced than you are. In fact, they call you the Goshen, the cow, the sheep, the useless eaters, the masses. That is why you have to wake up, because what is at stake is not just your physicalized body, but your soul. They understand that more than you because they see your incarnation here, right? So this is the primordial wave, and I am the Wisdomizer. Please do subscribe to my channel. And I am signing out here. Thank you for watching.